going to start with our shoulder rolls, making big movements to round our shoulders, squeeze them up, and then open our chest, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Kind of alternate which hand comes in front of the other. If you have one going in front, a couple more like that. Good. And then we'll just drop those shoulders out of our ears. Take a little rock side to side. Let the neck go. Let the shoulders go. And then we're going to roll up, back, and down and step touch. Your book is nearby, please. So that as you do this step touch, you can, oops, just turn it into a step up touch. And keep that going. Keep on going. Two more. Good. And then we're just going to go up, over, and around to the other side. We're going to do a couple step touches off the book. And then we'll mosey our way so that we can step up on the book. Come on. Few more. And we go up and over. And then just step touch. We're going to pump those arms. And add a knee lift. Keep that going for me, please. One more time. Up and over, other side, just step up. And knee lift. Two more. And up and over we go. Other side, step up. Let's squeeze and hamstring curl. Few more. And up and over you go. Hamstring curls other side. Last one, up and over. And now we go into leg extensions, arm extensions. One more time. Up and over you go. Arm extensions, leg extensions, other side. Last one, up and over you go, step touch for 4. And then knee lifts for 4. And then 4 curls. Four extensions. Two of each, 2 taps. 2 knees. 2 curls. 2 extensions. One of each, one tap, one knee, one curl, one extension, one more time like that, tap it up, knee, curl, extend up and over, and we tap up for 4. Last one of those, knee up, 4 curls, 4 extensions, 2 taps, 2 knees, 2 curls, 2 extensions, 1 of each, 1 tap, 1 knee, 1 curl, 1 extension, one more time like that, tap, knee, curl, and extend. Woo! Hold those shoulders up, back and down, nice and easy, side to side. Let's slide down those thighs, roll through a cat, inhale to a cow. Do that a couple times. Bring both hands over to your right side and roll through your cat-cow on an angle. And then we'll go the other way. Beautiful. Back through center. Let's drop that left shoulder in, look up over the right. Other way. Back through center, roll cat. Inhale, cow. Drop to the left. While you're there, cat, cow. Back through center, cat, cow. Right shoulder in, cat, and cow. Big deep breath in. Lift it all the way up. Come up with your right foot on that book for me, please. Left toes in front, abs in, bend your right knee, tap and slide, tap and slide. Arms if you want, or they can stay in place. Make sure you're just focusing on sitting down on an imaginary chair with your right glutes. One more time. Good. Then we're going to come up. We're going to reach to the side, sit back with that booty, reach to the side. Again, arms if you want, arms up and out, whatever you'd like. Weight stays on that right leg as you bend and sit into it. Beautiful. Leg comes behind you, abs in, sit into it, reach back, just tap your toe. And again, anything you want with your arms, you can do the same arms we've been doing. It would be more challenging if you lift an arm up over your head, especially when your leg goes back, or both arms even. One more time. Beautiful. Woo, step off of that book. Right leg goes over. Arms go over to your left. Hips go to your right. Hopefully you feel a beautiful stretch all the way down that side. Then we're going to bend the knees. We're going to roll into a cat and inhale into a cow. See if you can straighten your legs. Keep your left hand on your thigh. Right arm, bring it up by your ear till you feel a deeper stretch, and then use that to lift yourself all the way up. And we'll head to the other side. So up on that book with your left leg. We're going to bend that left knee, stretch the right toes forward. And again, options here with your arms. And then we go to the side, same reach, arms what you want. Few more. And then we head to the back with that leg, really reach back and up. Arms what you want. More challenge if those arms come overhead, but if that feels like too much, maybe just halfway up. Good, just one more time. Left hip feeling that. Up and over we go to the right. The left hip pushes to the left. And then come on down, bend your knees. Roll through a cat. Inhale through a cow. Straighten those legs if that's okay. Then that left arm comes up and over. Reach, reach, reach. Ah, beautiful. All right, let's grab our chair and our book. You're going to use the seat of the chair probably, unless it feels too low. You're going to bring that book behind your right leg. And as always, you just have to see if it'll stay. You're going to come down on your forearms. Try not to round your back, right? So stick that booty out by bending that left knee a lot. Flex through the right heel and press to the sky. Keep your head in line with your spine so you're not lifted up and you're not dropped down. Last time, hold it up there, squeeze it in like you're doing a hamstring curl. Might be a very minimal movement. Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. Head in line with your spine, try not to drop it, because then you round through those shoulders. So you come down into the seat of the chair, it might help keep that length shoulders out of your ears. And now we add those two things together. Squeeze the book and lift up. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. Almost there. And bring that down. Woo! All right, first hamstring stretch for that right leg. Step out, bend that left knee. Roll those toes up. Spine long. Roll the toes down and out. Hinge. Come up. Roll the toes in a little bit. Hinge. Roll that up. Take that right leg across the left. Tailbone out. Roll it under. Tailbone out. Step across with that right leg. And once again, we do that side angle stretch. Bring that back and down. Left ankle across the right thigh. Bend the right knee. Tailbone out. Roll it under. Stick it out again. And then cross over. And then arm spin opposite direction. All right. Left leg, same thing. You don't have to switch your chair. You're going to squeeze that book behind your left leg. You're going to bring those forearms into the chair, trying to get a long, flat spine, bend that right knee, flex that heel to the sky, and push up. Head in line with your spine as much as possible. And now just squeeze in, squeeze in, squeeze in. And then we put those together, squeeze in as you lift up, squeeze in as you lift up. And relax. Ooh, left hamstring. Sit back with a bent right knee. Roll the toes up and out and hinge. Bring it up, toes in and hinge. And then that left ankle crosses that right thigh, tailbone long. Round it under. Stick it out again. Ankle crosses the other one. Arms spin to the right, hips to the left. And back up. Right ankle crosses your left thigh. Press it out. Roll it under. Stick it out again. Step that ankle over the other one. Hips spin to the right, arms to the left. All righty, let's grab that book and your chair. You're going to put the chair as if you were going to sit in it, but you're actually going to straddle it, put your book down, find a position where you're sitting down as much as possible without touching the chair, and then you want to take your chest and lift it up so you're in more of a plie, right? So you should feel this in your quads. Go a little deeper, you might be able to tap this chair, the book. I mean, some of you will sit in the chair and come up. Then you're gonna grab that book. And we're gonna add on, sit down and extend your arms. Sit down and extend your arms. Slide down, extend your arms. Keep it going. Hopefully we feel this a lot in our quads, biceps, shoulders. Couple more here. Sit down as far as you can, straighten the arms as much as you can, bend 1 inch, straighten. Just show me the book, show me the book, show me the money. And bring that up. Ooh, put the book in your chair. Sit on that for a second. Slide over so your right hip drops off the book in the chair and drop it back and get a beautiful, beautiful long stretch. You can bring your arms up overhead. You could relax, kick back. And makeshift lazy boy recliner here. And then bring it up. You're going to slide so your right hip is on the book in the chair. Left hip drops back. Lean it back. Arms up. If you'd like, open your chest. And bring that up. You're going to stay sitting on that book. We're going to do one more stretch here. Take your right ankle across your left thigh. A little series here. Press it down. Lift the ankle. See what that triangle probably looks like, a right triangle. Slide the leg further across so it becomes a tall, thin isosceles triangle. Press down with your knee, up with your ankle. So I'm trying to get them parallel to the ground, not askew, right? And then notice where your heel is in relation to your knee and see if you can get them in a straight line. Different stretch here. Good. Cross that over. Use your hands to lift that knee up and give yourself a tiny twist while you're stretching that hip. And relax it. We cross the other way. Not that we're done with that hip, but let's be nice to it for a minute. All right, press that knee down. Hold in this right triangle and then slide it across. Make it an isosceles triangle. Press down and lift up so that your shin, you're trying to get it parallel with the ground. You're trying to get the shin also, the ankle and the knee in the same plane. And then if you tweak your body, sit tall. I did. And then cross it over, lift it up, pull it in, give yourself a baby twist. And then Come on up out of that chair. And we're gonna go back to where we were at the beginning with the book on the floor. Do 2 more exercises from here to annoy the hip a little bit more. First one, left leg is hovering in space. I'm gonna let my hips go diagonal. And then I'm gonna pull that right hip underneath me to square, right? So I let the right hip shoot to the side and I pull it under. Shoot it, pull it under. So that's all it is. We call that a hip lift. If you need your chair here for balance, that's fine. Because I don't want you wobbling so much that you're missing out on this move, right? So you pull that glute under you, you squeeze that outer hip, outer thigh. That left leg is moving, I'm not moving it. I'm not moving my left leg. It just happens to be coming up and down because of the movement in that right hip. And I hope you're feeling this. Thank you, Carol. 2 more. Good. Now you're going to hover that left leg and you're going to bend the right knee till the left foot touches, but no weight on it. Straighten, bend, straighten. So it's a very small flex extend through that right knee, right knee, right? It's straightening and bending, very small. So it's just getting that top 30% maybe. It's kind of the crucial one. Wow. And come on off. Step forward with your left leg, step back with your right, put your right heel on the ground and tuck the hip forward. And then you can let the the heel roll up onto your toes, drop into it, feel your stretch, arms come up, a little over to the other side if you want. And then we come up again, and this time our left leg is on the book. Right leg is hovering in space. We let the hip drop and lift, right? So we tuck it under us, let it drop out, tuck it, drop it, tuck, drop. Beautiful. And then we're standing on that left leg. We're going to bend that left knee, let the right foot tap and lift, tap and lift. I might put a slight bit of weight on that foot, but I don't push off, right? All the way, all the effort comes from this left leg. So now we're bending and straightening the left leg. Change of movement. Step off. Left leg goes forward, right leg goes back. Press the heel down, then tuck the hip under, and then if the heel needs to raise up, that's fine. Arms up, lift, over to the other side if that would feel good. Beautiful. Bring that up. All right, we are, goodness gracious, already headed down to the ground. But we're going to make our way down. Move your chair out of the way. Scoot that book to the back of the mat, please. Straddle it for a moment. Bend your knees, cat, cow, walk out, slide forward, put your toes on the book, and then keep sliding until you come into your forearm plank on the book. And we are holding here for 30 more seconds or more. Think about your hips. Are they drooping? Think about lifting them, but not piking. Stay strong, abs in, press through those heels. And we come down. Ooh, put your feet on the outsides of the book. Climb your way back. If you want to, you can take that book to give yourself more space behind your knees as you press back. Resting position, shell stretch. And then keep that book where it is for now. Climb your way forward in a turkey and a cat. And then let the book rest on your mat again. You're going to turn to face me and go onto your bottom elbow and the bottom foot. So you end up in a side plank. Take your hand, grab this lower hip and lift it an extra inch, and keep that in mind. And gently come down. You're going to pivot away from me. So you're on your opposite side. And come up into a side plank on that side. Grab that lower hip, lift it up an extra inch and hold. And gently come down. Okay, so we're going to put those last three things together. We're going to be pivoting through our plank. So you may, or you will at some point be facing away from me. So you're going to slide that book out. That's where your toes are going to be, or the sides of your thighs. Shoulders out of your ears, chest is lifted. Press up into your forward plank. Hold it here. Take your bottom hand, rotate to face me. Make sure you're still on the book, rotate. And then forward plank, other way, or face down, sorry. And then turn that bottom hand, rotate, and side plank other way. Come on back, one more forward plank, and relax. Press back, undulate, turkey, and cat. Beautiful. Let's come to a seated position, please. We're going to grab that book. Feet are on the ground, knees are bent. Sit nice and tall. And once you're tall, pull the ribs in. Take that book and put it against those ribs so you know that you're holding them tight. Give me a little hinge back. You're going to rotate toward me. Inhale back to center, rotate away. So we've done a roll down and now we're just rotating. We're rotating. Now, if you want to add on, when you rotate toward me, you grab the book and extend it away from you. Bring it back, rotate away, extend it to the other side. If you don't want to do that, you certainly don't have to. Be careful what your knees are doing, right? You don't want them to go forward, back, forward, back. You want to keep them as even as possible. And come back to center. You're going to sit up on that book. Stretch your legs out as if you're going to do spine stretch. We're just going to do a baby little hinge here. And then I want you to take your right leg in front, left leg across, sit tall, and pull that leg across. And then your right or left hand is going behind you, and you're going to twist. Come on back through center. Legs wide again, hinge forward, spine stretch. Left leg comes center, right leg across, pull it across, right hand behind you, give it a twist. And then back through center. You're going to leave the book where it is. You're just going to slide until the book ends up underneath your tailbone. So hopefully you can do that without slipping. Legs in tabletop. Extra attention to pulling those ribs down and in for toe touches. Head, neck, and shoulders down. Maybe try one at a time to start with. We'd put you in a pelvic tilt, right? So there's that advantage, but you wouldn't go all the way down because that would put you in extension. You're welcome to make it a heel flex. You're welcome to lower both legs at the same time with toes pointed, or with heels flexed, toes apart if you want, knees apart if you want. And then lastly, if you want to extend your legs to straight legs, single leg lower, right? It's a little longer lever, therefore more challenge, or pivot those pivot those heels together, rotate at your hips, and lower and lift both legs, but keep those abs in, belly nice and flat, back of the neck is long. Good, this time, go ahead, bridge up, bring that book out from under you, bring it behind your hamstrings, and use that to press your legs down and then up towards your head, down a little more and up, so you get a nice stretch in your low back. Feel free to take a little rock side to side. Good. And you stack those knees up and put that book between your knees, arms out into a T, and we're going to make a little tick-tock side to side. So by holding the book between our knees, it doesn't allow us to lift one leg at a time, and it adds a little extra weight. And back to center. Woo. Take that book into your right hand. Let it open to the right, let your knees drop to the left for a nice twist here. Hopefully relieving some of that tension we created just now. And then put your right foot on the ground, roll back through center, left foot follows, come back up, book in your left hand, then lift those legs tabletop and let them drop right, please. If right means you're facing me, roll over onto your right side. If it doesn't, then come on over to the side that faces me. Waistline off the ground, book on your top leg. Put your hand on top of that, lift that leg as a unit. So ankle and knee come up at the same time. Good, now, heels together, pivot open, waistline off the ground. Good, and now knees are gonna stay down, heels in the air, pivot open. And relax. Ooh. As you come up, shoot your bottom leg out from under you. Your top leg comes across, and then we're going to scoot that book underneath so that we're in a tip, right? So I'm just barely sitting on the edge of the book, so I'm not rounded. I'm sitting really tall. Pull your glutes out from under you. It should allow you to sit really tall, and then bring that leg back. And then we're going to do the same thing we did in the chair. We're going to pivot that leg open. Then we're going to pull it further across. We're going to try and lift the ankle and push the knee down. It'll be much more challenging here. And then we're going to tuck the bottom leg behind it, but we're not going to roll back, right? We're going to sit tall. And we're going to pull that across, giving us a little twist and a nice stretch in this hip, I hope. back through center. So I'm going over to my left side. I don't know if that's same for you. For some of you, it might be. Stack those legs up, look on top, waistline off the ground, leg lifts as a unit. And then heels together, we pivot open. And then knees are going to stay down, heels in the air, and we open. Ooh. Relax, give that hip some love, keep awareness of which hip you just worked. You can roll up onto the book as you come up. The bottom leg goes straight, the top leg comes across. Sit really tall on your book. Let the leg pivot open. Pressing the knee down and the heel up. Slide it a little further across. And then tuck the bottom leg behind it without rolling back, right? Sit up tall and give it a twist and a stretch. Should be a really nice stretch through that hip area. And then as you uncross, let's go ahead, slide off your book. Grab your book as you lie down, knees bent, book right above you. Just flex through those hands. Deep breath in. Exhale, press the book up in the air and then reach it overhead. Stay lifted for a moment. Exhale back and down. Deep breath in to prepare. Exhale, press up. Inhale, arms go overhead. Exhale back to center. So ab prep with this little extra extension and the book on the end of your lever for even more love. This time you're going to stay up, arm overhead. Bring that book down to give yourself a little bit of support, but we still have that weight overhead. Elbows wide, make sure they didn't collapse. And then from there, you're going to stay lifting and see if you can go an extra inch high, an extra inch without that happening. Hold here, extend the book, support, come down an inch, but not to the ground. Extend. And then behind you, lift, and extend. Behind your head, lower, and extend. One more like that, lift, extend, support, lower, extend, and down. Ooh, baby. Hope you felt those. All right. Book right above you again. Legs in tabletop. We're going to start a single leg movement, right? Right leg reaches back to center, left leg reaches back to center. Then we're going to lift the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Opposite leg, arm and leg go opposite direction. So it's single leg stretch with arm extension overhead. Again, hopefully we're feeling this a little extra. If your neck is bothering you, just doing this, you still get that extension of the legs and the arms with the weight. So you're still getting challenge here. Last time, book goes on your shins. Take a little break, hug that in, arms overhead, legs the other way, let the belly drop, lift up. Get a stretch here. And then last thing we're going to do, we're going to try this as an experiment. Bend your right knee, but keep your left leg straight. So your left lower back is going to want to be off the ground. So we're going to have to fix that. But meanwhile, the book goes in your left hand. Right hand is going to go on those ribs. So see if they're already tipped, try and square them up. So your left side might be up, pull it down. Notice what's going on in your low back. And then that book comes up and overhead, up and overhead. When you go overhead, you feel that tricep. And then you come above you, reaching, and pressing. Inhale and exhale. Ribs stay flat. Last time, arm overhead, hold there, straight arm, lift, 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 lift. Now bend and straighten, 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 straight arm down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, bend and straight, 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 straight. Ah. Woo, relax. Take your left arm over your head, bring it behind you, give it a tug. Maybe let it walk to the other side, tug. And then we're going to straighten the right leg, bend the left knee. Notice that that right rib cage might be up a little, so pull it down, right arm up and overhead, and then right above you. Inhale, up and over, exhale above you. Now arm goes straight overhead, and we press up, 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 bend and straighten, 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 straight arm up and down. Abs in, bend and straighten, and relax. Ooh, bring that arm overhead. You can flip that hand. I really like the feel of that. I didn't mention that on the other side. And then bring that right knee all the way in with the book behind it. Pull in, use the book to help you get a good stretch as the knee comes in toward the shoulder. Maybe get some movement through that ankle. Slide the book about halfway down so it's against your shin and your hamstring. See if you can get your hand in front of your shin and get a little bit of compression here. And then as you circle your foot and the ankle, you may feel a little different sensation in that calf. Then bring that leg back to center, straighten out the left leg, flex through that heel, flip the book. So now it's going to push down on the right side, down on the right hamstring and up against the left shin. We flex through that foot, and then we're going to slide it up. Bring yourself up, point the toes, bring that book towards you, flex through the heel, turn a little bit to the other side as you come down, book presses. Again, another hip stretch, and then we're going to bend that knee. We're going to bring that book over to the right side, hand underneath it. We're going to let the leg flop open. We're going to bend to both knees, extend that left leg up, rotate. Bend that knee, tuck it behind the right one, and let those knees come up and in. You can use your left hand to give them a little more. And then eventually let them move over to your left. Big twist here. Back through center, uncross, stretch it out, see if maybe that right side feels better. Book comes back to center, right knee bends, book goes behind the left. We hug it in and pull it over, in and over, movement through that ankle. And then slide that book so the edge of the book is pushing up against the belly of muscles of your hamstring and your calf. And then try again with movement and see what happens. Might be a little different for you. And then we'll bring everything to center. We're going to flip that book. We're going to straighten that right leg out, flex through the heel, pushing down on the left hamstring and up against that calf. And then we'll slide up, point your toes, come with it, flex the heel, bring that book to the outside, let that leg turn just a little bit, bend that knee, crisscross, and left hand goes under the book, left ankle pivots open, bend your right knee, and then shoot it up in the air, flex and point through that right ankle, crisscross your legs, your knees, use your right hand if you want to grab and pull more, and then twist it over. And then as you're ready, come on back through center, Feel free to move and stretch however you want to, and however you want to get over to your hands and knees. We'll do that turkey cat. So turkey forward and cat back. And then we'll bring our hands underneath, tuck your toes, press those hips up, pedal it out. Wide stance, yes, and shake no, bend your knees, round cat. Turkey. Curtsies. And gratitude.